Boom! Good evening, everybody. Welcome to tonight's live, and we have a very special guest. This is one of the first ever podcasts, and we've been doing a lot in the Prime community, but this is going to be one of the first inside CV. And why are we doing this? We're doing this because we want to create more jobs. We want to basically inspire more people to start going digital, okay, as opposed to going abroad, the SOFWs or whatever else. Now, um, it's also very important that we actually show you guys real people that have done it for that have basically paved the way themselves, right? They're living proof that digital is the way to go, and there's no better person to debut this than our special guest for tonight. I'll also be joined by one of our Kyoshis, um, Gerald Castro. So for tonight, and just a little bit about Gerald. Gerald has been in the personal development space for years, and well, there's no other guy here who wants you guys to win as much as Gerald. Okay, so without further ado, let me just introduce to you our speakers. But before that, right, I want to see where you guys are watching from. And if you're watching from a replay, then just comment replay. If you're watching from Iloilo, type Iloilo. If you're watching from Manila, type Manila. If you're watching from uh, I don't know, North Korea, type North Korea, right? Or glory to the great leader. Joke lang. So, without further ado, all right, let me introduce our speakers, our special guest, right? So, his name is Mr. Allan Sampang, and I hope I did not butcher your name. Uh, he is a successful entrepreneur with over 10 years of experience in both digital and physical businesses. He has a strong interest in marketing and a deep understanding of consumer behavior, which has helped him to develop effective strategies for growing his business. Aside from his entrepreneurial ventures, Mr. Sampang is also a brand consultant working with a reputable company. In this role, he provides expert advice on branding, marketing strategies, leveraging his extensive knowledge of digital marketing and his experience in building successful brands. Mr. Sampang's entrepreneurial success and marketing expertise have made him a sought after consultant for businesses looking to establish or grow their brand. And this is the perfect um, space for you guys because you guys really have to create your own brand if you want to set yourself apart out there. He has a proven track record of campaigns using his expertise in consumer behavior and market trends to identify opportunities for growth and engagement. As a brand consultant, Mr. Sampang is committed to delivering value to his clients, helping them develop strong brand identities that resonate with their target audience. He is skilled in developing comprehensive branding strategies that encompass everything from visual identity and messaging to customer engagement and brand loyalty. Overall, Alan experiences an experience as an entrepreneur, and his expertise in marketing and branding make him a valuable asset to any business looking to grow and establish a strong brand presence in today's competitive marketplace. Now, if you guys have trouble understanding what we are mentioning, okay, we will learn more about that what's the word I'm looking for, as we go along. All right. So, without further ado, let's welcome our guest for this podcast, Mr. Alan. And I wish I had my applause ready. Right. So,
What's
kamusta,
up? Good
Mr. Alan?
evening. Yeah,
Yeah, good evening.
thank you. Thank you for those words of introduction. And just a correction, Chris. Mr. Sampang is my father. You can call me Alan. So
Okay,
there.
okay. Sige, sige.
I'm getting it. Yeah.
All right.
What's up? Yeah.
Sige, let's also
I'm
bring
happy to be
Gerald
here.
into the room.
This is going to be the second time I'm here, I believe.
Yeah, and we're honored to have you here, man. Especially na ano tawag dito, not just not just us, pero Gerald is a huge fan as well.
Wow.
So yeah. So yun. Anyways, so also welcoming to the room, Gerald. So Sir Gerald, kamusta? Maybe you wanna greet.
Good evening, everyone. I'm here to support since I also know Alan how many years. So I'm here to help you and support yung community. And
Yeah.
thank
Yun.
you.
Pag hindi ko kayang sagutin, Chris, si Gerald ang bahala.
Yeah, sabi yan. And again, this whole thing, conversation na lang to. We quite literally don't have any, ano tawag dito, anything planned out. So the goal is to get as raw information and and thoughts as possible, right?
Right.
So
Right.
technically speaking, we should have brought drinks tonight. So
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, so sige, Alan, could you just tell us a bit more about yourself and then maybe a little bit of story how you got into digital marketing?
Um, medyo ano eh, medyo I need to recall a lot of years so I can give you a background. Pero basically, um, I'm a licensed medical technologist, if that helps. I think
Ah,
it's very connected to marketing and brand.
it is, yeah.
for for starters, it's a completely different ball game when I was studying. Probably it happened. I mean, what I am now or what I know now is just a product of the things that I don't know or the necessities that I didn't have back in 2022 or 2021 when I started entrepreneurship. So, nowadays naririnig natin yung term na bootstrap
Oh,
entrepreneurship.
bootstrap,
Eh,
yeah.
diba? You're aware of that bootstrapping. Back then I don't know what do you call the type of work that I do, pero ngayon ko lang naintindihan, okay, bootstrapping pala tawag doon. It's basically starting everything from scratch. Diba?
Yeah.
Starting a business without a capital, you just have an idea and then you just try it out, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, then just try again,
Move
and
on, yeah.
it doesn't work. So yeah, I started with bootstrapping with a lot of ideas per se, ideas so to speak, and I guess I can tell you more about my background as we go along this conversation. Yung memorya kasi natin hindi na ganun ka-sharp eh, katulad ng dati. So probably, if, alam mo yun, mapagkwentuhan natin somewhere in this conversation. Yeah. But that's it. I know I don't have any professional background in entrepreneurship. Up until now, I am challenged with businesses and entrepreneurship technicalities. Alam mo yun, those terms that um, I know how to do it, but I don't know how it's called because I started applying them first before
Learning
studying
about them,
them
yeah.
or yeah, learning about them theoretically. So there, yeah.
Yeah, that's quite funny kasi bootstrapping, I only learned that word yesterday.
Okay.
I only learned, yeah, quite, kaya sabi ko, coincidence ba to? Parang ganun. So, I was researching, ano tawag dito? I was researching one person I'm following.
Mm.
Tapos I came upon her video and she said, okay, bootstrapping. Okay. Also, this is bootstrapping. So, um, and again, bootstrapping is ano nga in your own words kanina, Sir Alan,
I think
starting from
starting from
scratch.
scratch, yeah, that's how I defined it. That's how I understand it. I don't know what's the textbook definition, but basically, you just start out of nothing but an idea.
Yeah, yeah. Then you start out of nothing, you assess, and then you test it out. Right. The keyword is
Right.
test.
Test. Yeah.
So
Right.
yeah, it's the same with it's the same with digital careers. Then for a lot of people watching, um, ano tawag dito? Bootstrapping could be a very important term moving forward sa kanila because I'll I've worked with ano tawag dito? I've worked with some of these people the past week nagulat ako na um, there were so much na parang hindi naturo sa kanila. But even more than that, mas nagulat ako na marami pa rin pala ako na hindi alam. For example, the word bootstrapping. So, nakakatawa. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. I just
Yeah,
want to
Sir
add
John, any
something.
thoughts? Go,
I
go.
just want
Yeah.
to add something about yung background ni Alan.
Go, go. Yeah.
So what I when he was starting um, doing that marketing strategies ganun. So one time I saw him sa car niya, meron siyang book. So nakita ko yung guerrilla warfare yata yung title ng
Guerrilla
book.
marketing. Yeah.
Marketing niya. So sabi ko ano yan? So, sabi ko I started asking him kung ano yung why he is reading that book na parang siguro he's into marketing talaga. And no, so when we were still in college, Alan and I, so we what we do is we play games, computer games. Doon ka na siguro doon na nag-start yung technology. Ibang technology na pasukan namin instead of medical. Napunta sa computer technology, sa gaming. Yan. So ano lang, just siguro ano lang yan. Uh, like past ano natin ni
Us,
Alan.
yeah.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
So somehow
How long have you guys known each other, by the way?
I don't know. Back
Ah,
in 98?
yeah. Mga
Sa
ganun.
99.
1998?
Yeah. Some nasa ganun 98,
Yeah.
99, I guess. Yeah, nasa ganun.
Oh,
So
that is...
we're even board meets din kami na Alan before. Kasama
Ah,
sa birthday niya.
Yeah.
So sila nagturo sa akin ng gaming.
So too bad
that
wala
is
pang
good
gaming.
influence right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, curious din ako actually, Sir Alan, yung um, one keyword na bumabalik sa bio mo is branding, right?
Yeah.
What led you there, right?
Siguro just like what I've mentioned a while ago, I didn't know I was doing branding until I really understood the definition of branding. And to be honest, isa yan sa mga term na hirap akong unawain. Um, Probably 10 years ago, I really don't know how to define it. Pero that's how brand works. You just don't define it. You just feel it, di ba? You just
Yeah,
experience it. So, and somehow, yung mga discipline and yung mga practices ko na nagawa ko all throughout my career, it scaled up na parang nag-ano siya, it piled up and somehow doon talaga ako ni-lead sa branding. Branding and marketing, by the way.
branding and marketing.
You
Yeah,
can't separate the two. They always go hand in hand. I just would like to start with branding first before going on with marketing. Yeah.
interesting. Yeah, and like you mentioned, somehow it just piled up. So that means, or I'm just assuming, that just means that you were working, nagwo-work ka lang, and then biglang you didn't realize na nag-pile up na yung skills
Right.
until eventually you understood the term. Parang
Mm,
ganon.
tama, tama. So that's also a new insight for me lately. Parang if you just do something consistently, there's walang conscious effort in learning. You just do. You just learn as long as you do it consistently. But then again, of course, ano pa rin, kumbaga makakatulong pa rin if you talk to someone who really knows what he's doing, may theoretical knowledge doon sa inaaral mo. So you can have a clear perspective kung ano talaga yung gagawin mo. So there, I'm looking for that word aside from piled up. Pero, yeah, siguro mamaya maano ko yun. Mas maiisip ko mamaya.
So isip natin, that's a good intention to think about. Kasi some people watching us, most of them have never heard of digital marketing, have never
Yeah.
heard of online careers. One trouble I had with all of them, I actually had to spend 2 days um, just trying to help them convince themselves
Mm.
na technology is easy. So
Mm.
it's a and I bring this up. Oh, and nandito pala si Matt, no? Good evening, Matt. And then he has a question here, which will go to in a bit. Um, and nasabi ko lang yun, and I'd like to just bring it up because, sometimes to the people watching, you don't need a clear idea on what you're doing to get results. You know,
Right.
like yung sinasabi ni Alan kanina, eventually you'll get there with enough work. Now, sa question ni Matt, addressed to you, what happened when these skills became evident to you, and what did you do next?
Well, there's a self-realization that you are really good at something. And if you realize that you're good at it, that will add up to your confidence, and then you will be able to be, that will improve your brand na madali na lang i-convince yung, let's say, your client that you really know what you're doing aside from the results that you can show them. Iba pa rin pag yung pag ikaw mismo naniniwala ka sa sarili mo eh. So yeah, to answer Matt, that's one of the highlights of my career, so to speak, when I realized that I'm really good at it, and then I was confident in selling my stuff or offering my services to businesses.
Ooh, interesting. Sige, follow-up question. How did you find out that you were really good at it?
When a lot of people started telling me that I'm good at it, and a friend of
Yeah.
mine started convincing me to create a course about branding and marketing. So, Chris, you familiar with the term? What's this? That's the imposter syndrome.
Boom. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Very
I've been
familiar. Yeah.
yeah I've been struck with that syndrome for the longest time. So you think you're not good enough, but in reality, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one experiencing it. A lot of people who are really adept with some skills experience imposter syndrome, and most of the time, the only reason why we can't take off is because we are doubting ourselves, or we are not basically aware of what we are capable of. So yun siguro yung turning point. To answer Matt's question, that became a turning point. Parang I realized it's imposter syndrome, and I just, screw it.
Did the
Screw your
work.
imposter syndrome. Yung parang ganun. So, yeah, I'm good at. Parang ano na lang, parang every day you convince yourself, okay, I'm good at this. And yeah. I'm not sure if this is off topic, but just to keep the conversation running. How do you define this fake it till you make it? Because I'm gonna give you my own definition. Some people don't like the term yung fake it till you make it.
How
Pero
do I define fake it till you
yeah,
make it?
yeah,
Um, Siguro yung sa akin lang is that believe in yourself first kahit hindi pa totoo.
right.
Because eventually it will go there. Parang ganun. For me,
Tama.
yan yung sa akin. But not manipulating, not lying. Right?
Totoo.
You don't lie to people. Right?
Totoo
But
yan.
you just believe in yourself. Yun yung sa akin. Sa'yo.
Yeah. Siguro nagkaroon lang ng bad ano yan, parang misconception because people think you're lying if you're faking it till you make it. Pero my take is similar to you. If you're not a graphic artist or a graphic designer yet, but you have the skills para maging graphic designer, so you can think of yourself as a graphic designer already, and then practice your stuff, and then you'll become a graphic designer eventually. So ayun, yun lang. Kumbaga, I'm an advocate of fake it till you make it. I mean, it's the only way to go for me. No? Okay.
Mic drop. I agree 100%. Sir Gerald, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I understand yung ano. Siguro to add dun sa sinasabi ni Alan is it depends on what kind or what type of niche yung gusto mong puntahan. As long as it parang for me is parang sa I like this thing that I'm doing. Siguro that's why Alan went for it. Na I think he wanted to do branding and marketing. So na-discover niya medyo late na after nun ng college years namin. Pero still, nag-pursue pa rin siya to do it kasi alam niya this is what he loves to do or he wants to do. Parang yun. So sa mga viewers din, no, it's never too late to learn digitally. Para lang sa akin do sa ano no, how I take it. Isa sinasabi ni Alan, it's not about ano, as long as you want to do it, then either you fake it till you make it, or you're just really trying to do it or to make it. Ganun pa rin yung pupuntahan as long as clean yung intention mo and maganda yung ano, yung gusto mo mangyari, yung goal mo. Yun lang. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I wanna show Miss Tatis now. So sabi niya dito, discovering your strength is the byproduct of trying and doing. Fake it till you make it means moving as if you already are successful yourself. Okay,
Mm.
tama.
Right.
I'd like also to share na sometimes the fake it till you make it thing was also negatively abused, because there was a time, I don't know if you remember, but there was a time a few years ago na Lambo gurus were a thing, right? They would rent cars na hindi sa kanila, bahay na hindi sa kanila, and then they would act like sila, they would act like they were six-figure gurus
Right.
and
Right.
sell courses, even though their bank account is technically not that high, right? So there was an endemic of people pretending to be successful, trying to teach people how to be successful. So nangyari din yan.
Tama.
Well, one thing also I wanna say is that yung imposter syndrome, I really like that you brought that up. And fake it till you make it. Kasi number one, in terms of imposter syndrome, marami sa atin, especially to those who have not heard of digital yet, na iniisip na baka mahirap to. Maybe digital is not for me. Baka online jobs is not for me kasi hindi ako marunong mag-English, etc., etc. Right? But sometimes the best way to start is just to convince yourself na ay magaling ako sa online jobs. Magaling ako sa digital marketing, etc., etc. Yun, right?
Right. Madami tayong pwedeng pag-usapan diyan eh. Actually, before we go on to the topic of branding, I would love to highlight this. And sometimes na-abuse din kasi nagkaroon ng negative misconception yung phrase na mindset. Alam mo yan, yung mindset lang yan, mindset. Okay, I think Chris got disconnected. Yeah, let's wait for him. Je, may audio pa ba ako?
Yeah.
Okay, nawala ako ng konti eh.
Mm.
Yeah,
Hey Chris,
sorry.
welcome back. Yeah,
Ako yung nawala.
I mean, I mean, yeah, I mean, yung mindset. Di ba ngayon, medyo ginagawang katatawanan yung mindset lang yan, mindset. Pero in its simplest terms, you just need to change your mindset so you can, so you can continue doing what you're good at. If you keep on thinking to yourself that you're not good enough, probably you're not the best. Alam mo yun? Probably there are people, well, basically there are a lot of people better than you, pero that doesn't mean that you are not good in doing it. So, alam mo yun? And I would really, I hope we stay on the topic. If you ask me, this kind of culture, it roots back to our, alam mo yung traditional education na kinalakhan natin. Back when you were at school, you were expected to be the best, diba? Everyone is trying to be number one when you just, I mean, not everyone can be number one. You're lucky to be one. But then again, you just need to do good. But somehow, when we were kids, we were not really complimented for doing good based on our abilities. The only recognition that you will get is when you beat everyone else. So siguro that that creates a culture na dinadala natin, especially Filipinos, pagdating natin ng alam mo 'yan, pagdating natin sa right age na we are striving to be the best when you really don't, because you're not. Not everyone is the best, but definitely you can be good at something. Yeah, yun lang. I hope it stays on our topic before natin pag-usapan talaga yung branding.
Yeah, yeah, and I agree. So much recognition is given only to people who are overachievers,
Right.
and then we sometimes forget na, okay, like for example, I'll use my day as an example. Uh, I'm not the healthiest guy in this room, right? So I've been trying to work on my health, and today I have no reason to miss the gym, but I didn't feel like showing up. Pero yun, I showed up anyway. So for me, it's a big deal. Kasi for how many years, for some people, ano tawag dito, araw-araw sila nag-gym eh. Right? Pero for me, for 2 to 3 years, just to be able to consistently exercise is a big deal. Right? So, hindi siya ganoon ka, ano tawag dito? Hindi siya ganoon ka taas in terms of achievement level, but consistently, that's a huge win. Parang ganun. Yeah. Sir Gerald?
Yeah, I agree. No, it's not about it's about still pushing yourself, not in a bad way na pinilit ko yung sarili ko just to do this. Kasi you want it, you want something to happen. And kanina nga nung nag-live din ako, I was talking about change. And siguro once I'm ready to do it, no? Like yung ginawa ni Alan on our topic for tonight, yung being digital, going digital. No? And then he thought na it, he felt na na I'm ready. I'm ready to change. I'm ready to do it. So he did, and he found that way on how to enrich his mind. Or even traditional, he needs to read. Like before, bakit mo binili yung book? Kasi you wanted to know how to do it, di ba? So, it, ano ko lang is, even now, sa bagay ngayon, different na yung dahil, like for example, no, may mga e-books na ready, no, unlike before, you need to buy the textbook, di ba? Like,
Mm.
the change is constant na nangyayari, how I see it. And I think it will never go back dun sa dati, yung traditional na nangyari. Like, for example, yung billboards, for example. Highways got billboards everywhere before sa highway, di ba? And parang they cost so much, like 300 to 500,000 just to put your billboard up there, di ba? Pero right now, you just want to boost something, and then ayan. So iba na yung So really, no, if you're not going to, how para sa akin, no, how my insight lang is what's not to adapt. Kung alam ko is this will be the trend na to how to do it properly, na gano'n. So, there are things siguro na traditional pa rin, pero right now talaga, siguro para sa akin mga 80 or 90% is digital. Di ba?
Yeah.
Yeah. Evolve or die, na pare. It's
Mm,
either you evolve or you die. I mean, that's the I don't know. It may sound offensive to some, but that's how it is. It is what it
That's
is.
how it is. Yeah.
no
Um,
matter how you hate it, kailangan mo
Ganun
kailangan you
talaga
need to
eh.
do it. Di ba?
Oo. And I don't know. I'm not sure for the viewers of the live podcast or even the viewers of the recorded ones. I personally tend to not sugarcoat things anymore in terms of in terms of changing your mindset. Kasi una tanda na tayo, di ba? Una nandun na eh. I mean, it is what it is. So sometimes madaming questions diyan. How do you start? How will you start, 'di ba? Laging gano'n yung tanong eh. Pero the only answer is just start.
but
I,
just
I,
start. Yeah.
Nike has been telling us for decades, just do it, man. Parang gano'n lang naman 'yun eh. Siguro yung preparedness na sinasabi ni Gerald kanina, it just so happened na it was very early for me to um uh teka na wala ako sa train of thought ko. But probably it was very early for me to accept that I will fail 90% of the time or even 95% of the time. It's an acceptance. Every time I do something, it is my expectation that at some point I will fail, that I will screw up. And that helped me not only accept things, pero put things into perspective na if I don't fail, I wouldn't learn.
Hmm.
And it kind of I kind of prepared myself na okay, this risk is somehow manageable. So emotionally and intellectually, you can handle it. Ganun lang yun eh. You just need to, you know, be clear with your goal at least. Kasi kahit na-clear tayo sa goal natin ngayon, hindi pa rin naman talaga yan eh. Hindi pa
Yeah,
yan eh. Marami ka pa rin ano eh, marami ka pa rin
changes.
madi-discover site eh, marami pang changes. So, I mean, doing something is better than nothing. I think so. So, yun lang talaga yun. Uh, Umalis siguro tayo doon sa classroom mentality na naalala nyo nag-aaral tayo, there were times that you are penalized for your wrong answers. Right minus wrong, di ba?
Yeah, right by the slog.
Parang, parang what the heck? Kumbaga tama na nga eh, na mali pa dahil dun sa isang pagkakamali. That's not a good way to teach kids, man. Pero somehow we were victims of that kind of mentality. And siguro yun yung reason kaya natatakot tayo mag-try ng bago. And this is in line with the interesting insight that Chris mentioned a while back. Some people are still afraid of technology, diba? So ironically, people are still afraid with tech when we live and breathe
In tech.
tech.
Yeah.
So that's very, I don't know. I'm not sure. Hindi ko siguro hindi ko pa maunawaan kung saan nanggagaling yung fear of tech. Um, Wala pa namang nakakain ng computer ngayon, 'di ba? Wala pa
Wala
wala
pa ano, wala pang AI revolution,
wala pa
wala pang
namang gano'n
Terminator.
eh. So I guess I think for me it still boils down to fear of failure. And how do you overcome fear of failure? Well, if you fail more than once, masasanay ka eh. Parang gano'n. Parang sa negosyo pag nasanay kang pag nalugi ka ng maraming beses, masasanay ka eh. It doesn't really
Nasanay ka, yeah.
hurt that
So you
much.
get better.
Yeah, and for the kids nowadays, those are that are involved with crypto. Man, crypto is a very, it's something that I can't jump in. Na my risk appetite is not, it's not for crypto, pero those people who are very successful with crypto just nasanay na lang sila eh. Nasanay na
Yeah.
lang silang matalo so it doesn't hurt them anymore and somehow that fueled them and doing it consistently. So yeah, I guess I hope I made sense with what I've said.
Yeah, it made huge sense. And ako may sagot din ako diyan sa why people fear technology. 100% agree sa sinabi mo kanina. People are scared to fail, number one. But people are also afraid to look stupid, right?
Ah, yeah. Oo
Yeah,
nga.
so I mean, for some people, I also experience this. Pero sa gym naman, right? When I look at the machine, paano ko to gagamitin, you know? so so I'm like that. So pero for some people, because of our culture as well, na pag magkamali ka, tinatawanan ka,
Mm.
you become the horror story of people to not try, right? So that's another reason. Um, but I also wanna share a funny story here. Now, when I started in digital marketing, we're me and Alan are in the same field, but specific lang ako sa funnels. When I started in digital marketing, libro lang yung sense of certainty ko. I read a book and then I practiced and akala ko magaling na ako. Luckily for me, yung client ko sabi niya, I'm like, when we talk, I was just clicking around, making landing pages. Akala ko yan na yung funnel eh. Hindi pa pala. So, sabi niya, oh, ito, you learn this, you learn that, you learn this. And I'm like, damn, that was so stupid, you know? Ano tawag dito? Ang tanga-tanga ko when I started, but it also boiled down to like, I'm okay with looking stupid so long as I learn something, you know? So,
And I guess during that time you were the smartest, person in the room. It just so happened that you matured now and you have a lot of insights and wisdom already na parang tingin mo you were stupid back then. I don't know, but probably that's how it goes for us. Eh. Uh, parang yeah, we tend to look to ourselves or look back to ourselves that we were stupid. Pero tama naman yun. In reality, nung bago talaga tayo, we were stupid, but we felt that we are smart
Grown
already.
smart.
Parang nabasa mo lang yung isang libro, hindi mo pa nga ina-apply, feeling mo ang galing mo na eh, di ba?
Yeah,
Uh, yeah,
agree.
and ano yun eh, it's part of it, you know. Siguro the only ang kulang lang siguro sa iba is pag natutunan nila, hindi lang nila ina-apply. Have you met someone, Chris, who've read the same book but uh,
Lots.
um, oo,
I'll,
tama.
I'll do even more, right?
Oo.
I've even worked and met people who did the same high level program. Yung mga programs na six figures yung tuition,
Oo.
right? Same mentors, same tuition, zero application basically.
Mm. So yun yung ano, yun yung kicker. That's the differentiator. I guess it's better if you don't finish the book. Just read a chapter and then you just apply, you know, that chapter in your practices, and that's way better than finishing the whole book without doing anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Also, I just want to recognize some people because they're new. Miss Garmel, thank you for sharing. Matt also has a question, and we maybe you want to answer it while I'll just flash people. How can you distinguish what's worth doing and what's not?
You know, that's a very good question, Matt.
Yeah.
And to answer your question, I don't know. You just do it. If it felt good, then probably it's worth it. You know, there's ano eh, there's always a room for rock and roll. Parang ganun lang. Parang don't think, just do. Parang ganun lang. Yeah, I'm sorry. I would love to answer your question in the best way possible, pero that's how I do it.
I think that was the best. Na. Yeah.
Saka
Yeah.
ano,
What do you think,
what,
Matt? Sige, go, Sir Gerald. Yeah.
yeah, just want to ano, just to add dun sa sinabi ni Alan kanina, yung failure. No? Kasi para sa akin naman how I understand it is, if you're not going to try doing it, then you can consider yourself as you already failed. Dun pa
You're
lang.
tama.
Kasi that's how you start, di ba? If you're going to start, and then you fail, then you do it again, di ba? Parang until you already parang you understand na how to do it um, properly. Siguro that's the time na sabi ko I think I'm winning. Pero I'm not sure if I'm winning. What I know is I understand how the process is working. Yan.
So
Yan.
and Sir Alan, I just want to ask then, right? What's a good reason for people to start learning digital careers? Kahit anong niche, kahit hindi pa sa marketing, no,
Because
basta
it's the
digital
only way
career.
to go, man.
Ha?
It's
Ano?
the only, I think that's the only way to go. Itong sa generation na to. Even si Aling Tendera sa palengke, they're learning digital marketing eh.
Mm.
So I mean, this is no longer a question of niche. Yun na yun eh. It's the environment. So your lifestyle should adapt to the environment. If the business environment is not really slowly going, 'di ba? Hindi naman ano eh, ang transition sa technology ngayon hindi slowly, it's very drastic.
Mm.
So if you plan to stay, then probably you need to wait for the post-apocalyptic period siguro ng mundo para para maging effective yung
And
ginagawa.
China.
Pero up until now, yeah, siguro probably if you're in a different country, let's say if you're in the North Korea, alam mo, siguro it doesn't really pay to know digital marketing or digital branding. Pero right now, even third world countries are benefiting, are depending on technology. So again, yeah, survive or die, evolve or die.
Mm.
Yeah. Uh, ano advice mo
Uy,
sa
no
mga
offense,
tao?
no offense dun sa mga sorry. No offense
Yeah,
dun sa mga natatakot ng technology. Pero I mean, yun eh. Yeah. Yes, Chris.
Ah,
Thank you.
ano yung advice mo sa mga tao na they don't go digital kasi takot sila sa English?
Um, you know, the Japanese up until now they suck at English.
Up
'Di
until
ba?
now.
Up until now, my wife is currently my wife has a gig. She's teaching uh, Japanese old
Japanese.
people mostly. English tutor siya ng mga Japanese old people. So, I don't ano mo lang, tanggalin mo lang siguro sa isip mo na hindi nakakatawa na mali yung English. And we are all guilty of this. We laughed at people for sucking at English, 'di ba? Wrong grammar, wrong pronunciation, and yeah, I'm really probably I'm part of those people na nag-put down dito sa mga taong ito na natatakot silang mag-English or may ano sila, may insecurities sila. Pero to tell you honestly, learning English because it's a business language is not really a necessity, and it's also not a roadblock. Alam mo yon, it's essential, of course. It is beneficial. You can learn it once you use it. Pero pare, si ChatGPT, ang galing mag-Tagalog, alam niyo ba?
Oh, it's true.
Have, have you tried it? I tried it a couple of days ago. Mas magaling pa siya mag-Tagalog sa akin.
Ako
So,
kailangan ko kasi nagta-Taglish ako.
yun, diba?
I suck at Tagalog. So
So
I cheat
technology has
with
been
ChatGPT.
creating things easy for us. I mean, humans have been using technology to create it easy for us, and somehow people are thinking of uh, personal problems para maging roadblock, para maging roadblock ng sarili nila. I don't know. Pero, ano yun, kumbaga, hindi ka magbe-benefit sa ganun. If you think of technology, you should think of it as an easy way to do it. Kasi yun eh, 'di ba? That's the reason why we're utilizing technology, because we want to make stuff easy for us. It's counterintuitive kung nahihirapan kang mag-adapt sa technology because at 'di ba? Pinapadali nga niya yung trabaho natin eh. So I guess balik tayo dun sa mindset. You just need to change your mindset regarding technology para mawala yung fear na
Boom.
yun.
And I just wanna read kay Miss Tati, no? Maraming nuggets to na ano, a bi- in short, she simplified some of the stuff we talked about. Uh, treat reading a book like a workshop. Yep. Maganda pa lang willing to be stupid in order to succeed. Accumulated growth is the distance between the lowest failure and the highest success. Failure is part of the equation. Kung takot ka sa technology, hanap ka na lang ng tutor para turuan ka. Ganon din ang takot sa math. Hanap ka din ng tutor. Um, wag lang minsan si mom and dad, no? Kasi pinapagalitan tayo. Joke lang. You can learn technology sa YouTube. Yeah, exactly. There's so many avenues you guys can get. Pero it's also very important kasi the team of tonight nangyayari is that um, mas importante yung foundation ng tao when you're starting your digital career to be a positive one. Okay? You can fake it till you make it, but it's also a do or die situation. If hindi tayo mag-adapt, ano mangyayari? Right?
Right.
So, ngayon that I'm gonna go more personal, right? Why would you encourage people to start a digital career in digital marketing? Kasi marami namang pwedeng gawin eh. I mean, they could be VAs, they could be writers, they could be whatever. Pero Bakit digital marketing if ever?
Uh,
Branding and marketing or digital marketing.
or shall we narrow it down to personal branding muna?
Sige, go. Let's
Branding.
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
Okay. So probably branding is a big name or a big term for those who don't know the definition. But this is going to be a long answer, and I'm not sure if I would be
It's
able
okay.
to answer
Yeah, yeah.
your question, Chris. Pero to simplify branding, it's people's perception about you. Don't think about the product yet. Wag muna tayong mag-isip ng product or services kasi for some Ang branding, kala nila limited sa products or services eh. Pero a brand basically is a perception of the other people about you. Now, yung perception nila sa'yo, yun yung nagdidictate ng value mo sa kanila. Okay? And a lot of people will have different perceptions about you. Therefore, a lot of different people will treat you differently kasi iba-iba yung value na tingin nila sa'yo. Am I making sense?
Yes. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
making sense.
ano ko
Yep.
eh. So, kung hindi clear sa ibang tao kung ano yung brand mo, hindi magiging clear sa kanila kung ano yung value na pwede mong ibigay sa kanila. And enable for them to trust you, they have to understand your value. There will be no exchange of business if they don't trust you, if they don't understand your value. So to put it simply, kung gusto mong kumita, kung gusto mong bayaran ka ng tao at the right price, na at maraming tao ang gusto mong makakita ng value mo at magkaroon ng exchange of value dun sa services mo, you need to learn personal branding. And the easiest way is to digital branding, digital marketing. So, there. Kung ikaw papasok ka sa isang, let's say you want to open up a business. Yeah, you may have a lot of reasons why you want to open a business, whether you want to serve humanity or you just want to serve yourself, whether it's your passion or pinilit ka lang ng parents mo. Pero at the end of the day, enable for your business to keep afloat, you need customers who will pay you consistently, repeatedly, 'di ba? And if they do not understand your value, at kung yung value na yon hindi nagsa-stack up sa perception nila, if it doesn't increase over time, you will lose customers. Therefore, you will lose your business. And nobody opens up a business at sasabihin nila sa sarili nila, okay lang kahit di ako kumita dyan. Okay lang kahit malugi ako dyan. You know, walang ganon. Walang ganon. Even a philanthropist probably will spend billions into something else. Maybe he will not earn from it, but then again, masaserve nung vision niya yung purpose, di ba? So, enable for you to serve your purpose, you need to, ayun, balik lang tayo, branding, you need to improve the market's perception about yourself para maintindihan nila yung value na ibibigay mo sa kanila. So, yeah, that's why you need it.
Sige. I'd also like to expound a bit, right? Other people's perception of you. When you start, sometimes whoever you are, ano tawag dito, whoever you are now or in the past might overshadow who you want to be, right? Kasi for example, if we're talking about digital careers, yung very common na the dream that's being pitched to the freelancers is that, hey, you're earning six figures from home, right? But to attract the right clients that are willing to pay you six figures per month for you to stay at home are also attracted to people with certain ano tawag dito? People with a certain perception or brand sa pangalan nila. Okay? They would probably be more drawn to people who are confident. Right? To people who are more ano tawag dito? To people who are more, or to VAs or digital experts who are more certain. Okay? So, yun lang. I wanna expound on that a bit. So Gerald, do you have any thoughts?
Yung, yung what I pick up kay Alan kanina is how important branding is. Just to not to go straight to marketing, establish first yung branding before going dun sa proper marketing. Tama ba?
Yeah, in a way, mas madaling mag-market if you have already established your brand.
Hmm.
Alam mo yun. Yeah, yeah. Sige, Jet,
Yan,
continue.
tapos ano lang, syempre, di ba, everybody started na not established, di ba? So if you're going to create your business or going to for if you're going for digital, I guess it's the starting point for you is not to establish agad yung sarili mo, just to ano to know things how they work.
Mm.
Kasi doon ka matututo how to improve yung craft mo, not just to perfect it. Parang gusto mo one time binigay mo agad is perfect agad yung pinasa mo, parang ganun, right? Na I
Right.
think it's not how it works. May time, you need you need to learn yung ins and outs, 'di ba? Yun. So ano lang, I agree dun sa how how yung process na nangyayari, how ginagawa yun. Kasi you really need to pass through to do sa stages na yan. If not, walang na eh. There's no shortcut even na digital. You still need to learn how to do it properly. Diba? Yun lang.
Right. And ano din eh, siguro my second insight kung bakit kailangan matutunan ng mga tao ngayon yung digital marketing. Simply because it's free. It gives a lot of benefits to you and it's free. I
Mm.
mean, someone would argue na kailangan mo naman magbayad ng ads eh. Well, at some point, you need to spend money para ma-widen mo yung reach. Pero to start, everything is free.
It's easy to bootstrap. Yeah.
It's bootstrap. Parang yung bootstrapping nga ngayon, it's ano eh. I'm not really, I'm sorry, pero hindi, yeah, it's easy. Pero ayoko lang bigyan ng ano, ng misconception yung easy, nakala nila madali lang talaga. Pero
I
uh,
get ya. Yeah, I get ya.
you don't just I mean back in the day if you want to develop your personal brand, kailangan mo mag door to door, 'di ba? Kailangan mo mag personal network. I remember those encyclopedia guys, yung mga nagbebenta ng encyclopedia, 'di ba? You know the time, the
The
amount of time.
newsletters.
Right, the amount of time and money they spend in developing their personal brand para maging di ba? Para maging paniwala sila sa market. I mean, you can do that now in just what, 2 to 3 hours. Parang i-build mo lang yung mga social media profiles mo. Use the right pictures, use the right words. I mean, you can do that practically for free. So, yeah, that's the second benefit of digital marketing. Or baka naman ayaw nila ng libre, gusto nila may bayad. Wala ring problema 'yon. We can charge them and we can help them.
Yeah. We can help you do it for you. Yeah, joke
Yeah,
lang.
right.
Yeah. And ano din, one thing uh, one thing and again I'm just assuming one thing siguro why Alan also encouraged to start with branding is that you guys also get to decide how you show up digitally, right? Or how you show up when you start your business. Kasi other people in some way or form will always have a perception of you. For example, sa akin, um, for years now, I've been trying to run away from the brand of funnels, right? Kasi ayaw ko na eh. But I'm still recognized as the funnel guy. So,
Right.
um, yan yung nakakatawa. Even though I wanna focus more on, ano tawag dito? I wanna focus more on community stuff. Yun yung brand
Tama.
nag-associate sa akin. So, so
You know,
nakakatawa.
it's really hard to get away from your first success.
Yeah,
Hirap
really
nun.
hard.
Kaya nga may term na rebranding eh. Alam mo yun, you need to rebrand yourself. Yeah, I feel you, Chris. I mean, I'm trying to convince clients now that I can help them with their branding and marketing stuff. Pero every time I get introduced, I'm the Wear Kapampangan guy because that's my ano eh. That was my sabihin na nating initial successful entrepreneurship venture, yung clothing line na yun. So I'm really trying my best to get away from that success so I can start something new. Pero it sticks.
It's the,
It sticks.
and yung nakakatawa pa minsan, some people follow me because of funnels, no?
What else?
Pero yung topic na lumalabas sa bibig ko iba. So, it's, it's fun. But at the same time, you guys, if you're just starting out, you can decide, right? Ngayon pa
Mas
lang,
authentic. Yeah,
mas authentic, yeah.
mas authentic yung branding niyo kasi ikaw yung ano eh, ikaw yung nagde-decide.
Yeah. So, at least somewhere down the line, wag kayong maging, ano tawag dito? Sorry na lang kasi I feel like it's gonna become a bomb somewhere down the line. Hindi kayo magiging VA trainer lang kasi it sounds good. Okay? Or hindi kayo magiging, ano tawag dito? Real estate virtual assistant lang kasi yan yung in demand. Right? You guys decide what sort of value you wanna give people. Okay? So,
Right.
yun. Sige, let's end tonight siguro with one last question. Let's see. I'm trying to absorb or I'm trying to think of a good question. Let's see. Or we can answer Matt's question. That's also another thing. How can someone help themselves take that leap forward into an opportunity they've identified they could possibly have success in? How can someone help themselves take that leap forward? Okay. Oh, sige.
Uh,
What's your take on this? Yeah.
yeah, I'm siguro I'm gonna answer that indirectly because there's no easy answer to ano to helping people leap forward. Siguro I if someone asked me this personally, babalik ko yung tanong sa kanila, gaano mo ba kagusto? Gaano mo ba kagusto yung success na alam mo 'yun, na ano sa Tagalog 'yun, inaatim na gusto mong i-achieve? Yeah. I mean, do you want it hard enough? Kasi that's a deciding factor, eh. Do you need it? Or probably you can live your life without it. I mean, those are good deciding factors. Um, before we started this podcast, I'm rewatching Interstellar. You've watched the film, no?
Ooh.
Interstellar. Yeah. So there's a scene there nung sinasabi ni Dr. Mann yung yung epekto ng survival instinct sa tao. Parang when you hit the road na parang life or death situation na your survival instinct kicks in na parang you do a lot of things na parang hindi mo na pinag-iisipan just for you to survive. So I guess that's one deciding factor din kung gaano mo kagusto yung isang bagay. If you really want to start something, um, parang kailangan mo ba talaga? Kailangan mo ba talaga? Parang are you rock bottom now that you just want to jump in and try this, or okay lang kahit alam mo yan, kahit lumipas yung opportunities. Those are deciding factors. I'm not sure if you would agree with me, pero I have experienced a couple of rock bottom situations in my life where all my rock bottom decisions were the critical decisions, the best decisions that I've ever came up with. So, sorry, Matt, ibabalik ko lang yung tanong. Gaano mo kagusto? Gaano mo kagusto? Probably that's one of the questions na kailangan muna nating sagutin sa sarili natin before we think of how we jump in.
I'm just gonna let that sink for a bit. Yeah. And it's funny, sa akin, ganun din eh, rock bottom decisions. My first success came after getting in debt at 21 years old. So, uh, ano tawag dito? So, nagkautang ako ng 120,000 tapos drop out pa ako, etc. So, um, that when I was in that situation, yun. And honestly, the best decision I've ever made then is the decision to not continue with the current business that I was doing. Long story short, network marketing yun. So, I decided to stop. So, if nag-continue ako, that was the year na yung mga crypto scams were a thing. So baka isa ako sa mga naging ano tawag diyan sa crypto enthusiast na whatever. So for me there's that which is fun. So yeah guys, yung tanong sa inyo, and one thing also I want to share something very interesting. We have done programs where we teach for free. Okay, we teach, we give you guys the skills for free, and even inside CV ha, we are working on laptop grants. So for those who wanna, yung may mga potential who wanna start digital careers and actually start and don't have the capital to start kasi kailangan ng laptop, we even have that. Okay, pero here's the fun part. The 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 process to actually qualify, all you have to do is pass assignments. Pass, ano tawag dito? Pass, what's the word I'm looking for? Pass assignments, pass an, parang job application, pass an application, and that's it. Pero the fun part is, the moment na may assignment, 80% of people automatic drop. Right? Hindi na na-qualify kasi 80% of them sa list don't even pass the assignment. Right? And then the rest, well, if hindi naman nila mapass yung assignment, the rest, if they can pass the assignment, the rest also do it to just for compliance. Walang effort, walang ganyan. So it speaks a lot, right? It speaks a lot on the things, and you can clearly see that the people who do it are, or could be, people who decided na kailangan nila gawin. So yun.
Yeah.
Sir Gerald, anything to say?
The CV thing that you're working on, Sir Chris, is it available na?
Yung
Yung CV natin is yung CV, kita out na sa market.
the marketplace website is open. People can still apply, pero hindi pa tayo naka-launch, right? So we're still working on a few kinks at the back end.
Yeah.
Pero the training is already happening, and if you guys want, thank you for asking, Sir Gerald. You guys can also join the waitlists.
Yun.
Okay. So waitlist lang muna. The platform itself is not open, although you guys can see it. Pero yun, right? So
Second
you guys
question is, may part 2
go.
ba to?
Of course. Actually,
Yeah.
yan din yung tanong ko eh. And Sir Alan, what I like about him is that he wants sustainability. So he asked if we can do more rounds, and I'm like, suabe. So yung tanong lang naman, Sir Alan, is that when's your next schedule? You don't have to
Uh,
answer. You don't have to answer now.
pero alam ko, nasabi ko naman kay Gerald na as long as you give me a heads up, and if it's preferably on a weekend, parang ganito, walang magiging problema. We can do this all day, man.
Yeah, suabe. Yeah. Thank you. I love it. Tapos chill lang, very very chill conversation, and pero next time we'll talk deeper about branding and digital marketing siguro, right?
Sure. Yeah.
We are also inviting other speakers as well, and trainers. So, and I'm trying to get Sir Alan here to become a trainer. We're inviting some trainers in different niches. Kasi ako, personally, funnels pa rin yung tinuturo ko eh, right? But I want to get people in the creative space. I want to get people in WordPress. I want to get people in Amazon. As many trainers as possible so that we can expand on different industries and niches. I accept na funnels or digital marketing is not for everyone. So, yun. All right. Sige. Thank you everyone for watching. We have been here for an hour. And if you got value, please like, share, um, and then of course have people join the waitlist. We are still doing our iPad giveaway. So if we reach 10,000 likes on our Facebook page, we will be giving away an iPad. And of course, if you guys like and follow our page tonight, fun fact, tomorrow I'll be giving away. Sorry, I need to share this. Hold on. Share screen, window. I'll be giving away the book Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson. This book quite literally changed my life from being in debt 120K at 21. I read this book. 1 week later, I closed a client. 10,000 per week yung ano, yung yung rate at the time. Um, pero yun, right? So I'll be sharing this book. Pero disclaimer, just because you read the book, like we talked about earlier, doesn't mean you will get the same results. Baka some of you will get more, but
Right.
reading the book in itself is gonna be a treat for you. Okay, so bukas, 8 p.m. tomorrow, I will be doing a raffle on 2 to 3 followers that will receive this book from us. Okay?
You.
Yun. So,
Sounds
Sir
good.
Alan, any parting message for them?
See you next week, I guess. Yeah, I hope you follow this series consistently because it's better than. No, I don't want to sound cynical. It's not better than doing nothing, but it's better than what you call this. Yeah, it's better than doing nothing. parang, parang ano lang naman eh. If you're struggling right now in a specific area, business wise, I think what I find easiest is to listen to people who have experienced the same problems that I have, and getting insights from what they did, and then applying what you've learned. So yeah, yun lang.
Yun. All right. Thank you so much, and see you guys next week.